Greetings, programs. Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews, where today is, shall we just call this Memory Lane? So, I don't know if I've really mentioned this before much on the channel, but, Beast Machine's Buzzsaw was my first, real official Transformer. However, my first exposure to Transformers actually came from some of the various McDonald's toys. And I'm not talking about the, McDonald's changeables, their own brand things where your, Big Mac turned into a Big Macosaurus Rex or whatever. These are the actual licensed Transformers toys that they had in Happy Meals. So, I actually have 3 complete waves of these to go through, which I'm really excited about because most of these I did have as a kid. So this is where I learned about Transformers, and it's what made me go buy Mr. Bugman. And spoiler warning, the next video, I'm going to actually look at Mr. Bugman. So, but for today, we're going to start, and right now, we have the original Beast Machines, Beast Wars figures. Beast Machines is the third wave we're looking at. But yes, here we have the Beetle. I think this one was just called Scarab. I don't have names on these guys. I'll throw it on the screen if I can. But yeah, these ones were just kind of generic, animal Transformers. They weren't really characters from the series yet. Not a half bad bug mode, if I'm going to be honest. I do like how it looks. The legs are a little bit of a soft plastic, so they're a little bit out of shape. I'm sure I could just get them warm and, bend them back. Maybe they are supposed to be kind of weird like that. I don't know. Transforming this guy, crazy simple. Stand it up, pull out the legs, pop the arms out, fold down the bug head. And there we have a wonderful looking robot. Yeah, these things are very silly and very weird. I think part of what made me interested in these is I always knew as a kid that the McDonald's Happy Meal version of a toy was nowhere near as good as the real one. I think that's what made these things cool to me, is I'm like, man, what's a real one like compared to this crap? So, yeah. Basically no articulation. That's going to be a running theme. There's transformation joints. And that's it. I do like how the, shell of the bug mode there makes these big, pecs on him. Also, if there's a little extra background noise, I apologize. I'm actually filming during the day for once. I'm seeing how that works out. So, anyway, there's the bug guy. And yes, he can sort of stand. And then we have the Panther, who, looking at this thing head on, is absolutely hysterical. And as you might notice, this Panther is QC problemed. He's got 2 left legs, which is really funny. No, none of these are my childhood toys. In fact, of this wave, I only had 1 of them, and we haven't looked at that one yet. But, yeah, this one's really, really bad, I'm gonna be honest. But it's funny bad, and, he does end up having, some actual joints. He's got, universal joints in his legs and knee joints that move both directions. Tail's just molded to his back, which makes him look very, very awkward. Transform him, you literally just expose the robot head and stand him up. That's it. It has the most vacant expression. Words do not like me right now. He does have a head rotation, though. That's a thing. Yeah, this thing does not stand for crap either. I've already tried. I've been messing with them. But there's the Panther. And then we get the Rhino. And the Rhino is hysterical. So, Very angry looking Rhino Man. I do have to give it props for all the molded detail, though. And the big orange butt that's got all of the copyright stuff on it. Transforming this thing, you basically just push the Rhino legs back out of the way. These two legs are, like, connected, by the way. But you can pull out little orange robot arms. Those do move on their own, thankfully. Fold that back to expose the head. And then pull the legs out. And these can take some pretty serious force to get out all the way, actually. And I'm still not sure I actually have them quite all the way out. I don't know. But either way, most ridiculous looking head sculpt of them all, actually, right there. Flat orange arms, tiny little weird slit legs hanging out of a Rhino butt. He can sit down. He's got a head rotation as well. Yeah, this wave was not the strongest, shall we say? So that's your Rhino. And then for the one of this wave I actually had, we've got the Manta Ray, who, I'm not gonna lie, for the beast mode, I do kind of like this. It's very obvious what's about to happen, but it kind of works. Although the whole guy is just hanging out down there. So to transform him, just fold the Manta Ray head back. Then you'll actually pull out his legs. And there you go. There's Mr. Manta Ray in robot mode. The open gills on the side of his torso there are kind of a neat touch in a way, actually. Almost has like a scuba mask for a head. He's got like the most normal looking head of them all. Little arm rotation there. He can cheer for victory, I guess. Yeah. Not the best, shall we say, but again, these were McDonald's toys. You basically got them for free, and you're like $1.99 Happy Meal or whatever they cost back in 1996. So it could have been worse. And it got worse, because a couple years later, we got the Beast Machines Transmetal McDonald's figures. And I did have all three of these. Now, these ones, they're actual characters, which is kind of neat. So, the first one here, we have Scorponok, who, if I'm going to be honest, the bug mode works really well. Or scorpion mode. Scorpions are bugs in my book. Shut up. Painted pink eyes. Everything else is just molded in color. You know, because they're transmetal, you do end up having some kind of metallic-ish plastic for part of it. For him, it's his giant pincer arms. Transformation is stand it up and fold the legs down. You could put his arms a little more out to the side if you want. Horrific looking sculpt, but I give it props for how much, you know, sculpted detail there actually is here. What they sculpted doesn't look good, but at least they sculpted it, so I'll give it credit there. And yeah, there's like, oh my gosh, I actually got him to stand. This thing does not stand easy because he is so top heavy and back heavy, but it's a thing. I still really like the little robotic scorpion mode. So, there's that one. Then we had Tarantulas, who, as you can see, really nice metallic blue for the main body, bright yellow spider legs, obvious robot feet sticking out of the abdomen there, whole bunch of bright green painted eyes. Again, the alt modes on these are pretty decent. The robot modes are, they're a thing. Transforms, very easily. Still has just most of a robot on his butt. Or most of a spider on his butt. He looks completely deranged, the way they sculpted his face. Arms just move out. But he does have, you know, hip and knee joints. So you do get that at least. Little two-toed leg is... two-toed foot, I guess, is pretty neat. Again, words and me are not friends as of late. Yeah. Life is annoying right now. But yeah. So there you've got Tarantulas. And then my favorite of the three from this line, because it was only 3 figures, Dinobot. It looks basically nothing like Dinobot, not even the Transmetal Dinobot. But it's a robotic velociraptor, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, this thing was out in 1997, so I would have been like 6 years old when I got this thing. I was obsessed with Jurassic Park at the time. Yeah, robotic dinosaur, awesome. Transformation on this thing is hysterical. Because nothing, at least on the other guys, it kind of folded away and, you know, some of the parts vanished. No, here everything just hangs out. Little sculpted arms, like, holding handles to open up this section. There's, like, evil prune face going on. He's got legs. And no, you can't even rotate the tail. He's got legs. And, oh, you could rotate the head, too. The angry prune can look around. Oh, that face sculpt is ridiculous. So, we're gonna put that away. The Dino mode's cool. I like the little painted eye. He's got 2 tones of metallic plastic instead of just 1, because this was like the most important character. So, there's that. And now we're on to the Beast Machines figures. Now, cool enough, I actually have these guys bagged. So I'm going to be unbagging these, and these are going to be pristine, brand new, out of the package specimens we're looking at. So, for fun, we're going to do them in order. We're actually going to start with toy number 1, Cheetah. This one I know I had as a kid. I remember it being kind of dumb. It's Cheetah. Cheetah figures are usually kind of dumb. You did not get transformation directions with these things, by the way, so you kind of just had to guess. And guess I did as a kid. So here he comes out of the package in his robot mode. Some very, very awkward arm molding there. I have to give McDonald's credit, though. The plastic that they use for their clear plastic is actually more durable than what Hasbro themselves use. So I'm not actually worried about this stuff. I do appreciate that they molded in a spark crystal there. That's actually a nice little touch. His legs do pull out a tiny bit there. He's got a lot of joints on him, but to transform it, you literally just pull this piece up, spin it around. There you got the cheetah face, and now put him on all fours. That's all you get. You don't even get any kind of tail or something. You just get some molding on the back that's supposed to be the tail. Yeah, this thing was always pretty funny. And apparently he's doing like an Elvis snarl. I don't remember that. That just made him even better. So, there's Cheetah. Next we have number 2, Optimus Primal. I know I'm destroying the resale value of these things, because McDonald's toys aren't worth anything, okay? It has to be like one of like 5 super special figures, or they're just not worth anything. Who cares? Your toys, have fun with them. Oh boy, I had this one as a kid too. I always thought it was terrible. And yeah, it's pretty terrible. A lot of clear plastic. Very just weird looking head sculpt there. He's got knees and legs, shoulders, rotation at the bicep, I guess. Yeah, this is a weird one. Flip out the green monkey head. I forgot it was green. Why is it green? And there we go. I guess this thing's oh my word, I remembered this thing sucked even as a kid, but it's so much worse than I remember it. What about that as a monkey? Oh wow. There you go. I'm just gonna take like a high resolution picture of this. It'll be on my Twitter. I dare you to use that as your wallpaper. Or maybe make it the contact picture for your boss and your cell phone. Do that. So, moving on from that, number 3, Megatron. I also had this one. I remember thinking this one was actually kind of cool. We'll see what I think now. It's definitely quite colorful. Let's see, if we're gonna accurately do this mode, you do have to fold back the dragon head. No paint whatsoever, but the head is almost decently sculpted. There is a lot of sculpted detail on this, which is nice. And they molded arms on the outside of it. Not even the real toy had the arms on the outside of this mode, so there is that at least. Transform it by opening him up and pulling up the head. That's not as good as I remember it being. Not by any means. But I've seen worse. Little Predacon, or they weren't Predacons at that time, Viacon logo there. He does have, kicking legs at least, and the head looks around. So some credit where it's due. This thing isn't too bad. It's weird, but it's not too bad. And again, it does his, soda can mode pretty fine there. And here we've got Jetstorm, which I believe Jetstorm is the last of them that I had as a kid. So we'll see as we go here. But yep, I did always like Jetstorm's alt mode here. For being as simplified as it is for a McDonald's toy, this is a halfway decent, translation of the design. A lot of sculpting, a little bit of clear plastic right there that, as a kid, I always thought was supposed to have been lights, even though it wasn't. I also remember that as a kid, I used to do this with the wings, because I couldn't grasp the fact that there's such a thing as, forward swept wings. Transformation on him. Incredibly simple. But he does at least end up with, a few almost joints, even though he doesn't really have arms or anything. You just get his wings. Pull that one out more. Then, as I recall, yes, that pulls down. So you don't really get him in his walking mode that either of the real toys had, but you can still have him in kind of the floating mode. And I guess you can open that up and stand him on it if you really need him to stand somewhere. Don't. A lot of clear plastic in his torso, which is actually pretty cool. He's got a sad face on his stomach. I don't really know what's going on with that head, but it is actually kind of neat looking. It's way too long, but it's still kind of neat. So, little bit of props there, I guess. Okay, then. These things are weirder than I remember. which is saying something. I remember them being really weird. So, next one is Rat Trap. Rat Trap, for sure, I did not have when I was a kid. So, yeah, we are in new territory now. Exciting. Horrifying. Oh, that... I guess that's accurate to the character from what I know of him. Let's see here. We've got molded little rat tail. Do have universal joints there on the arms. That's kind of neat. Let's see. How does this... Okay, pull those out. And then are we really just gonna... Yep, we really are just gonna do that. And... Don't even hide the head away, really. You just put him on all fours. It's a rat now. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Such engineering there. Oh, my word. I mean, the rat head's sculpted pretty well for what it is. This is still a very, very weird figure, but... Okay. I am at a loss for words on this thing. It literally looks like he just threw a rat costume over his back and he's crawling on all fours. Wow. Alright. Number 6, Black Arachnia. Now, I know that the real Black Arachnia toy was really, really awesome. What did we get for McDonald's? Let's see, we got pink. We got a very weird looking head sculpt. We have a wiggly spider butt on the back. That's great. Those legs move a little. Does this even... I am not sure if... Oh, it does. It does transform. Okay. Let's see if I can figure this out. So that's going to spin. That's going to pull out, spin around. I think I'm supposed to flip those up and get them out of the way. Then, do you actually split her? You split her legs just like the real toy. Except they can't go in a reasonable direction, so you end up with this. Oh, I have got to be doing something wrong. You know what? After I get done with this, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see if there's a picture of this thing in like a correct mode. This can't be right. I have got to be missing a... I am missing a joint. Okay. We're good. We're good. That didn't help very much. But it helped a little, I guess. Yeah, that's bad. I'm gonna double check these, see if I got anything severely wrong. At the end of the video, I'll throw up pictures if I got any of them, like, really, really wrong. So, number 7, almost done here. This one we have Thrust. Now, Thrust is one of the more complicated ones in terms of real figure. Oh, there's something else still in the package. Okay, Thrust comes with something to stand him in, so that's nice. Okay, not the worst representation of the motorcycle mode, I guess. Weird looking, but I guess it works. Let's see, then I'm going to assume just stand it up part way to make the robot mode. Okay, it gets tension when you have it up high enough, I guess. That is weird. That is weird and disappointing. and it has to stand at an awkward angle because of how it's made. And it doesn't even do that very well. You have a stand and you still can't stand. Wow, that's a weird one. Getting that out of the way. All right, number 8, we have Night Scream. Okay, they got his weird little comb-over hairstyle. That's not bad. Sadly, no, I do not actually have the real Night Scream toy, but I do know how it works. Expression's kind of weird, but they got his weird, awkward hairstyle. Let's see, how does this thing do a bat? See, so that slides down. Yeah, this one I'm definitely gonna have to look up something on how this is supposed to function. See, wait a minute. Would this go that way then? And hide that up there. Something thing that kind of looks like a bat now, I think. Yeah, this one I'm definitely gonna have to get a picture of and see if I can figure out how it works, because I have no idea what's going on here. Again, no directions on these things. I wish why couldn't they give us like a single sheet of paper or something? Most McDonald's toys that did something came with directions, but nothing on these. And last one, we have Tankor. This one I'm a little excited to see. I know, I'm getting my hopes up, but Tankor is a very simple design. Every figure of him's been fairly simple. Maybe they got this one okay? Maybe? I mean, we're off to a good start. This tank mode is pretty nice. It's weird that the gun is just mounted to the side of his head, but I can work with that. Molded Predacon insignia there. Looks like he is a little bit light piped even through that. Here, let me see if I can find a flashlight. Okay, flashlight acquired. We have a light piped McDonald's toy. Okay, that just got cooler. Just got a lot cooler. Does he transform worth a bean? Okay. Already he's more engineered than most. Head comes up. Okay, you know what? It's painfully simple, and his proportions are terrible, but that still is basically Tankor. he was very, very weird and awkward, so yeah, I'll give it to him. That's Tankor for you. Even though he looks like an elephant for some reason. Okay. Yeah, McDonald's toys are fun sometimes. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that little look at some of the old weird McDonald's toys that I was unfortunate enough to grow up with. Never forget that this is a thing that exists. I want you to look at that for a good long time if I can get the camera to actually focus on it. Just enjoy that for a while. I'll see you guys next time.